Welcome to the deep dive. Today, we're looking at some sources you shared and digging into something pretty interesting.
Yeah.
How some really everyday things, habits, foods, might actually be setting the stage internally for cancer.
Right. Things we don't even think twice about sometimes.
Exactly. Like having a drink, it's so normal, isn't it? So, our mission today is to pull apart 5 of these factors based on the research sent over and get some hopefully useful takeaways.
Definitely. It's less about scaremongering and more about understanding the biology behind it.
hmm
Because when you look closely, some habits seem, well, different.
Okay, so where should we start? Alcohol.
Let's do alcohol. It's a big one.
It really is. So tied up in social life. But the info you highlighted was, well, pretty direct.
It is direct. Alcohol acts as an inflammatory agent. Think of it like a constant low-level irritant to your cells.
Okay.
And crucially, it's classified as a known carcinogen. That means it's proven to cause cancer.
How does it actually do that?
Well, when your body breaks down alcohol, it creates byproducts, like acetaldehyde, which can directly damage your DNA.
Ah, okay.
And it messes with normal cell functions, too. The evidence is quite consistent. Regular drinking ups the risk for several cancers.
So is there any safe amount?
Honestly, for cancer risk, the consensus is less is always better. There's no threshold below which there's zero risk.
That's, yeah, something to think about, especially how common it is. Work events, dinners.
Exactly. Now, caffeine, that's another daily staple.
Oh, yeah. Can't function without my morning cup. But you mentioned timing is key.
Yes, specifically related to how people metabolize it.
Yeah.
Some people are slow metabolizers,
Yeah.
meaning if they have caffeine, say after 4 p.m., it can hang around in their system for a really long time and seriously disrupt sleep.
Okay, bad sleep makes you grumpy. But the cancer link, how does that work? Is it more than just feeling tired?
Oh, absolutely. It's deeper than that. Poor sleep actually weakens your immune system.
Yeah.
Your immune system is crucial for spotting and destroying cells that could become cancerous. If it's weak, it can't do its job as well.
Makes sense.
Plus, lack of sleep promotes chronic inflammation throughout the body. And inflammation is a recurring theme here.
So that afternoon pick-me-up might have a hidden cost for some people.
Potentially, yes. A trade-off between short-term alertness and long-term health, including that inflammation piece.
Food for thought, for sure.
Oh.
Okay, let's shift gears. Bread. Modern wheat. You flag some major differences.
Yes, this is quite striking. Modern wheat strains have been bred to contain significantly more gluten.
How much more?
Some sources say up to 400% more than older ancestral types of wheat.
Wow, 400%. And the problem is the gluten itself.
Primarily a protein within gluten called gliadin. Gliadin can interact with the lining of your gut.
Okay.
It can essentially pry open the tight junctions between your intestinal cells. This creates what's often called increased intestinal permeability.
Busy leaky gut. I've heard that term.
Exactly, leaky gut. And when undigested food particles and bacterial components leak into the bloodstream where they shouldn't be,
The immune system reacts?
precisely,
Mm.
it triggers an immune response and causes chronic, low-grade inflammation, not just in the gut, but systemically.
And that chronic inflammation is linked to.
All sorts of chronic diseases, autoimmune conditions, and potentially, over the long term, it creates an environment more favorable for cancer development.
It's pretty wild to think that the basic loaf of bread has changed that much.
It really has. Now, there's also this group you pointed out, sugary drinks, fried foods, and certain vegetable oils.
Right, the ones high in omega-6s, what ties these together?
The common thread is, again, inflammation, but at the cellular level. They work together almost synergistically.
How so?
Sugary drinks flood your system with sugar, driving inflammatory pathways. Fried foods contain inflammatory byproducts from the high heat cooking.
Like acrylamides.
Things like that, yes.
Yeah.
And then many common vegetable oils, corn, soy, sunflower, are packed with omega-6 fatty acids.
And we need some omega-6, right?
We do, but the modern diet often provides way too much omega-6 relative to omega-3s, which are anti-inflammatory. That imbalance promotes inflammation.
So together, this trio creates a sort of pro-inflammatory internal environment.
Exactly, an environment where chronic diseases, including cancer, might find it easier to get a foothold. And think how common these are snacks, fast food.
Yeah, they're everywhere. It's tough
Yeah.
to avoid completely. Okay, so let's just quickly recap the 5 main areas from the sources.
For sure. We touch on alcohol, an inflammatory agent, and known carcinogen.
Then caffeine, specifically late-day caffeine for those who metabolize it slowly, impacting sleep and immunity.
Modern wheat, with its higher gluten content potentially leading to leaky gut and systemic inflammation.
And finally, that combination of sugary drinks, fried foods, and high omega-6 oils all contributing to cellular inflammation.
That's the gist of it.
So really, the power here is just knowing this stuff, right? Being aware of these potential links.
Absolutely. Awareness allows for conscious choices. It's not about perfection, but understanding the potential cumulative effects of these daily exposures.
Small shifts may be adding up over time.
That's the idea, making informed decisions about what we consistently put into our bodies.
So maybe the final thought for everyone listening is just to reflect a little on their own habits. Are those daily choices truly nourishing you, or could some small adjustments make a difference down the road? Definitely something to mull over.